I mean, I read Peter Bregan's Guilt, Shame, and Anxiety, and I just think that when you have a guilt cycle, and I mean, my whole life was racked around guilt and shame, because the way the childhood was, I don't think you can just be like, oh, well, that happened and here we go, we're fine, because I'm aware of it. And I don't think just being aware of it, I'm aware of it. I was aware of it at 15. I was aware of it at 25. I was aware of it at 35, 45. Maybe at 55, I started dealing with it. Right.
Mm.
Well, to me, I think you need, and this is where the Stoicism feeds in, is that you can only control your actions and reactions, right?
Mm.
But it's really hard because inside your brain, you're reliving all of that. Your body is reliving all that shame, and it's unfortunately nothing you did. Right. Well, it's something you did that triggered someone else that had a problem that they didn't resolve. So it's kind of this epigenetic thing. It's just generation after generation of parents that didn't deal with their problems, and grandparents, and, fathers that came back from wars or whatever happened. So now we have all these generations of this ingrained thing, and they don't realize, I mean, I tell people all the time when people bitch about other people, like, everyone is doing the best they can with the tools they have. Right. And it just sucks that your toolbox doesn't have shit in it. And you're not aware or inquisitive enough to say, hey, I want to solve this. I want to break this cycle of guilt, shame, anxiety, whatever that's been passed on, that's racked me my whole life. So how do I do it? And I think now, the way the world is, we're much more aware of it, right? We're more aware of what's going on. I mean, you see trauma-informed stuff everywhere now. 10 years ago, you never heard it. Like, there was,
which is beautiful.
Yeah, right. But then if you talk to the older generations, like, oh, you just need to harden the fuck up, which is what I tell the younger generations, just suck it up, dude. But it's not really, like, that's not really the answer. So for me, when I feel it coming up, I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
Awareness.
Right. So I got my awareness, and then I'll lean into, stoicism or breath work, and like kind of focus, and try to get into a good place, get into parasympathetic. Right. Isn't that the good one?
Yep.
So, which I saw an interesting thing about it, and I've been doing it, and we'll bring that up in a minute. And then just try to kind of figure out where it's coming from. And sometimes, you get in that cycle, that guilt cycle, or any of them, because those are all kind of similar, and it's really hard to break, like, and, but I think the problem, and we talked about this last week, was, low expectations being the key to happiness. So, if you go into your day and just say, you know what, man, if I just make it through this day, that's pretty freaking good, But anyhow, I'm going to tell you this weird little parasympathetic, sympathetic. So, how your different nostril, you're in the mode, right?
Yes.
So right now I'm in rest and relax mode. But if I go and I realize I'm breathing and it's right nostril dominant, it means I'm kind of in fight or flight. So I saw this guy talking about it, and you do this, and I kind of just did what he does, but I kind of changed it up because I do this. I don't know if you've seen that double breath thing where you go and then out. But as I'm breathing in, I envision from my base of my spine, you feel it up your back, and you feel that breath go all the way to the top of your head. And then when you let it out, so it's like a thermometer going up and down, but you got to feel it in your back. And seriously, it'll take like 5 breaths and it'll switch immediately. It's insane how fast it works. So I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah.
That's a little addition to the physiological sigh.
Right.
Yeah, from Huberman.
Which babies do.
Yeah.
When they snuggle.
Yeah. 2 quick little breaths. But, the guy was just talking about breathing and feeling your back. And I'm like, well, that kind of works, but if you do that little double breath with the, the breath out through pursed lips and visualize, he's like, just feel your spine. But I think if I feel it like kind of like, Kundalini rising up your spine, man, it switches you right out of it. Like seriously, like you feel anxious, you do that, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm fine.